Hi, and welcome to The Missing Middle. I'm Kara Stern, and because it's a short week, we thought we'd bring you a short extra segment from our conversation with economist Armine Yalnizyan on whether GDP per capita is a good indicator of individual well-being. Enjoy! Mike, if GDP per capita isn't a good measure to figure out how happy people are, how well people are doing on an individual basis, is there a better measure out there?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few other measures that are used out there. So, the UN has things like the Human Development Index. One of the best things that you could do if you want to know how happy people are is actually just go out and ask them, which is something economists hate to do, of going out and actually talking to people. But there are some survey indices out there, and they're really quite interesting. The fact that as we've gotten wealthier, people aren't really any happier in North American society than they were in the 1970s, right? So it's rather interesting. If I had to use a single metric for well-being of a country, I would look at food bank usage. We are not a well-off society if more and more of us are, having to use food banks in order to pay the bills. And over the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen, in Toronto and other places, usage double or triple. So that tends to be my go-to proxy variable, that if those numbers are going down, that's a very good sign. If they're going up, then something's probably wrong.
I would add to that the cost of renting, and especially what is the bottom of the market in any community, not just the big cities, though the big cities are where most young people are. But I also think it's really important to have a dashboard of what is happening to the working age population, because they're the ones that help those that are too young, too old, and too sick to work. So what is happening to a whole slew of labor metrics? How high is unemployment? How much underemployment do we have? Are we utilizing the skills of the people we have? Are they getting enough to stay alive? What's the living wage, and what's the difference between the minimum wage and the living wage in any jurisdiction? These type of gaps, to my mind, are much more useful than indices, which are weighted bundles of all sorts of things, and you're not exactly sure what it is that is driving it. I love the Human Development Index as a conceptual tool, but it isn't very helpful for policy guidance. And I think what we need to do is make sure that the backbone of society, which is the working class, the people that are actually out there working, paying the taxes for the things that everybody needs, that they are doing okay. And just to underscore what Mike said, we are currently the 8th largest economy on the surface of the planet, measured by GDP in US dollars. We can be and do anything we want. So the question is, what do we want that money to buy? As Mae West used to say, it ain't how big it is, it's how you use it.
Thanks for watching and listening. This podcast is produced by Meredith Martin. Please like, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear from you. And we'll see you next time.